Welcome to Teacher-Preneur's Raise Your Hand, episode 169, Diversifying Your Income, a conversation with Deb Baldwin. I'm excited to have Deb on the show. She is a longtime friend and colleague. We met each other at TPT Flock in like 2017, maybe 2018. I don't know. When I first was launching my podcasting course, and she bought my course, and I was so excited, and she was so wonderful, she and her husband, and I just love her energy. She's such an exciting person to talk to. So I wanted you to hear her new endeavor and think about like ways that this might or could possibly apply to you. Hope you stick around.
Welcome to Teacher-Preneurs Raise Your Hand, where bold teachers rise up and transform into successful teacher-preneurs who are destined for greatness. What exactly is a teacher-preneur, you might ask? Well, Webster's dictionary defines the term as, it's not yet a word in the dictionary, but hear you me, it will be one day. In a nutshell, a teacher-preneur is both a teacher and a business person, and we're here to help you be better at both. So without further ado, from one tired teacher and Trina Debris Teaching and Learning, here's your host, Trina Debris.
Hey, so we're going to be talking to Deb Baldwin today about other options, other things that we can do as a business person. But before we get started, today's episode is supported by List Builder Society, Amy Porterfield's list building email course that is unbelievable. What if you could start building the right audience today and every single day after that? List Builder Society is the proven list building system for teacherpreneurs and entrepreneurs, where you'll learn to grow your business, reach your ideal customers, and generate more revenue through the power of an email list. List Builder Society is more streamlined than ever and ready to help you skyrocket into your business fast. Over 24,000 students have enrolled in List Builder Society. And let me tell you what happens by the end of this program. You will have mastered knowing what to write and when. Oh my gosh, can I get an amen on that? So consistency becomes second nature instead of a scary idea you're currently overthinking. You will also know how to deliver emails that get engagement and receive more replies than you could count that say you send the best emails. I can't wait to see them land in my email box. You will also have mastered a high converting opt-in page. That's always gets the best feedback of this is just what I needed. You'll also have mastered a lead magnet that attracts the right people. You'll even find out what a lead magnet is if you don't know. And it will attract the right people to your list and build a buyer-filled audience who looks to you for solutions. And finally, you will learn the confidence to finally hit send and create opportunities for your audience to buy from you. That is incredible. So if you are ready for List Builder Society from a reputable person who knows what they're talking about, who has gotten thousands upon thousands of people results, then you're going to want to join Amy Porterfield with List Builder Society. When you join Amy's List Builder Society through me, through my special link, then you are helping to support the podcast. And I appreciate that greatly. It doesn't change the price for you. It gives a little bit of income for me, and it allows me to continue the podcast. The way to do that is TrinaDebrisTeachingAndLearning.com/LBS. It's that easy. LBS. TrinaDebrisTeachingAndLearning.com/LBS. All right, let's get on with the show. I'm so excited to have Deb Baldwin back on the show to talk about, we're talking about kind of diversifying your income, doing some other things. She's done something exciting, and I think that this can be relevant to a lot of people that are thinking about possibly writing a book. So welcome.
Well, thank you, Trina. it is marvelous to see you again, and thank you so much for accommodating me. We entrepreneurs are kind of like, okay, if I work today, then I cannot work tomorrow because I'm going to burn out if I work constantly. But
Yes.
this book is, well, we're going to blame it on my husband because, so I don't think, right, 8 years ago, when I was thinking about retiring, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do myself. I mean, I can direct and I can perform and things like that, but I can't do that constantly. And he said, well, why don't you write a book and put all your lessons in it? And that was when I went on to Teachers Pay Teachers and started a store there. And I just recently put up my 400th product, which I cannot believe.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe that much has been running around in my head. And there's more folks there. Yeah. And you'd like to think, oh,
how exciting.
I know.
Yeah, that's exciting. Okay, so 400 products on TPT, and now you have written a book.
Right, and I needed proof of concept, right? So I don't know any of these things. So a gal that I used to work with, she said, oh, you have proof of concept. You've had 17,000 people buy your product. So okay, well, thank you. I don't know. I just kind of do it. And then I wrote this book. And I used to teach radio theater in the classroom with middle school kids because reluctant readers and kids that are disengaged really love it. They love two things. They love technical theater because it's safe and it's concrete. And they really appreciate radio theater even more than readers theater because it's so creative and safe and concrete yet again. And it's just a marvelous, marvelous teaching tool.
No, I think it's so fun. I feel like I told you this story last time, but when I was in 6th grade, we did a Tale of Two Cities on the radio, and I was so it was the most exciting thing ever. It was so fun. I mean, this is so old because you had the cassette tape that you were recording it, and but it was so fun. Yeah, I love that.
And a lot of these teachers that do use some of my radio plays, which now I think I have 12 that I've adapted or written myself. They actually record them, and some of them have gotten them onto their school radio station or their public radio station in their community. It's so awesome. And then I find them on YouTube, and I go, oh, look what someone did with Bow Wow Blues. That's just great. So I said, I think I need to put it into a book. And so I said, well, first I tried it 2 other ways and decided I just didn't like that. And grass doesn't grow under my feet very long. It's not that I'm impatient. I can just feel when I don't think it's working like I'd like it to. Kind of like you got to look at it away from you and go,
yes.
No. Ironically, this is going to be good for people if they're interested in the book and they're TPT people. I won't forget that. But so I sat down and I started to turn it into a book. And this is all about my journey to becoming a radio theater fan and a drama integration expert and a playwright and a teacher. It has everything. It has everything in it you would ever want.
Cool. All right, hold it up again because
it's really true.
They can't see in a podcast, but it's on air. We're live. Radio Theater 101. I love it. And it has a giant microphone. It's such a cute cover.
And it's school bus yellow, I thought. So I thought, well, that would be happy. And my colors, are black and white and red and kind of a goldish. So that's why, it has to stay on brand. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, you know what Jarrett says? Jarrett always talks about Cheerios is like jumping out on the cereal aisle because of the big yellow box. So, you did it. Yeah,
and
that's great.
And it suits me perfectly. The people that I worked with wanted it to be blue and purple. I went, that's just really not me. I mean, I wear blue, but that is not dramatic. I need things that are dramatic. And that's a whole nother story in of itself about publishing it. But so it's 183 pages. So for those of you that like to know real details, it has 18 warm-up exercises in it. It has 3 weeks worth of teacher scripts that coincide or supplement the 3-week unit that's at the back of the book for a teacher to teach after they learn about it themselves. It has lots of links that are hot and ready to go. It even has a PDF that you click on the QR code and you go away and you learn how to take a script and adapt it yourself, which is probably like me, probably kicking myself, but whatever. If it helps somebody, that's fine. So that's separate. It also sends you to, my blog, so you can read more about this kind of thing. And it has a whole group of live sound effects and how to make them. It has a chapter my husband put together because he's the amplification. He knows all about it.
That's cool.
So he put together a chapter for me about how to amplify your production, your performance, if you want to do it for the school. And Tim really knows what he's talking about. So we got that done. It has rationale at the beginning, so you can see why this would be good to use. And what I was trying to do, and I hope I'm doing, is I know there are drama teachers that are buying it all over the world. I mean, there's somebody in India who wants it, and I'm trying to figure out how to get them a paper version, because she can only get it by Kindle, and it's available by paperback and Kindle and hardback. And I had no idea. I don't know. Oh, okay. So I'm going to put it up on Teachers Pay Teachers, and people can get download it digitally, so that it will be possible for people to buy it that way. But you really want the paperback version, and
you definitely want the paperback. Yeah, you got pictures in there, and there's and it's just nice to hold the book. Like I mean, I read on my iPad, but I still have like books. I have one sitting right here that I want to be able to write in and highlight and put sticky notes and all that stuff.
And what I did is on each chapter, there's a reflection at back for the teacher. So it's things like, what's the most important fact I learned in this chapter? And what would I want to stress to my students when I'm using the amplification and sound equipment? And how do I need to prepare prior to amplification and sound equipment? So what do I do with it? Or where do I find it? And it goes on, and it goes into tongue twisters and what's a warm-up that they really liked, and the pros and cons they found, and the notes they took after trying it, and why it worked or didn't, because you and I know reflection is so important. But there's this chapter on radio theater script publishers, where to find them, which ones are the best to use. There is a chapter on integrating drama in the classroom, and this one, for anybody who doesn't know how to do this, is really cool. And we'll thank Tim again, because he said, no, I think you need to teach people who absolutely want to use this but don't know how to use it in the classroom, like a social studies teacher, how to integrate this. I said, oh, well, good point. And thanks to, whether we want to say we like it or not, ChatGPT, have learned how to show people. I don't use it for my own scripts, but I can show you how to take a significant moment in history and tell ChatGPT exactly what you need to say and how many characters and how long, and that puppy in about 10 minutes can get exactly what you want. And this is in this script. I tell you exactly, or this book, it tells you exactly how to do that, because I know that some people have ideas, and with summer coming, they might get a moment, maybe in July when they finally feel rested, that, you know what, I would really like to do something on Albert Einstein. But you're not going to find the script out there in Albert Einstein, but you could create one with ChatGPT. And then
absolutely. I created a reader's theater. Reader's theater for April Fool's Day from ChatGPT. Because I wanted a certain number of characters, like meaning people that played the parts, and I wanted it. I wanted it to be like a prank that they were doing out with their teacher, and I put all this stuff in, and it was like doodle doodle loop, and out came the adorable little script. Now I added to it, obviously, and I fixed things, and I moved things around, and I added little they can wear these little character necklaces around their neck, and so I did the whole it wasn't just finished with ChatGPT, but it was so helpful that I'm like, this is great. I know, I love that. So fun.
And sometimes seeing it, well, how do I explain this? What's in your mind, and then seeing it on paper quickly, rather than you laboriously writing it. There's a benefit to that. Not because, it takes less time. Yeah, but there's something about it, separating it from yourself, that I think gives it a kind of perspective that sometimes you just need. Like, you're just too close to it. What's wrong with this thing? And then you go, oh. So I can see it, or I just laugh sometimes at ChatGPT and go, nobody in 8th grade says that. They just don't say that's just dumb, and I'm not going to use it.
Absolutely. That's why we still need human beings. That's why we still need us. But it is, no, you're right, because sometimes it does come back with the stupidest things. I'm like, what is this?
Right. And why it's so valuable. It probably is funny. Is it probably, like, I even use it on Pinterest post to get the post so I don't have to work quite so hard.
Yep.
And I look
Me
at them,
too.
not that word, not no,
Yep.
no,
Yep.
no. Try again. Okay, they'll say, just try the whole thing all over again. Oh, now we hit it,
Yep.
but yet again, it's almost like an outline, and then I have to work from there, and it too is helping. But this really, I never had student teachers. I think I probably told you this because I was so specialized and nobody came through. There were just not many people that wanted to student teach or teach theater, and also they're going to be in language arts too. So probably they're going to go there, thinking that's where they're going to get the job. Totally understand. So it's kind of like me making this book for someone who was a student teacher, and I say, here's exactly how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's another chapter. That's what I would type. There is a chapter that has a QR code that sends you to a video that we created showing all the directing hand signals, because there are hand signals that were used for many years on radio shows in the 40s and 30s and 40s. And they use those still on television. You'll see them do this and then point. It's kind of like that. But I direct on stage. I stand on stage when they direct, when I do radio theater with students, and adults too, if I can. And I cue them. And I tell them, slow down, speed up. I can't hear you. Clean up your diction. Well, what I did is we recorded every one of those hand signals. So somebody can go in and learn them. Then they can take them to their students and say, okay, we're all going to learn these. So if I use this, you know exactly what I'm asking of you. And the kids love it. And they feel so secure. And and no one's ever done that before. And I thought, well, I don't have to do it because I've done it forever. And so I thought that would help. But I just tried to think everything you can think of: history of radio theater, history of sound effects, like I said, warm-ups, rationale, teacher scripts. Oh, that's another one. The value of a teacher script. Why did I put scripts in? Well, if you're new to this, wouldn't it help to have somebody give you a prompt so you would know what to say? Like, how do I start this lesson? I can tell you. I give it to you. All I do is follow it. There's procedures and there's time allotments, and there are student assignments in it, and there are quizzes in it. And everybody has to understand, I'm an unusual little bird. It's not always going to look exactly like you think a quiz would look, because I'm looking past this level, and I want them to think here. So the quiz isn't like, what is the history of radio theater? What the quiz is a quiz about live sound effects. If you look at the sound of shoes in thick mud, which of these sounds over here does it go with? Which materials are on this side make that sound? That's the kind of quizzes I don't make your tried and true, because I don't know. I think it's probably giftedness. I don't know what it is. That's probably what it is. My intellect just goes there. But it includes everything but a script. So then they can get a script of their own if they want to. They can create their own, which is really hard work. And I wouldn't recommend doing that because it'll take you hours and you just don't have that kind of time. And I just want to do that. Or you can I have many you could purchase. You can ask me to write a script for you. I will adapt. In fact, I have a pilot program going right now that just started with my email followers, which anybody can get on my email list. And I asked for people who would like to do a pilot program with me where you tell me exactly what you want. And you tell me how many characters, how long, what you're willing to pay, what you want in it, and give me the summer. And between the two of us, we'll figure it out together. And I think I'm going to start with one from a fourth grade teacher that wants something for social studies. And I thought, this will be great. This will be great because she and I can talk about it together, and I'll craft what she needs, because it's not hard for me. I don't have to do all those other things. But if you tell me, hey, Trina, what do you want? I'll just customize it for you.
I love this. I think this is such a great idea.
Thank you. And I'm sure.
And also, no, it really is. And also, you just have opened up some ideas for myself. Like I love doing I love creating readers theater. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me to do something around like a science topic or a social studies topic. But now you just like sparked my, oh, well, that would be really fun. I would have definitely used that in my classroom because I loved adding arts and things into my room. And I think it's so important for kids that struggle and kids that are really having a hard time. So I think this is so exciting.
Now, and it's
really
art integration, and I'm all about art.
Yes.
So my master's.
Yes.
And but I focus on drama integration. But that's because, that's my forte. But also, it just
that's your specialty.
Time you let them act it out at all, even if it's just.
I agree at all. They love it. They love it. They love it. And it was like such a love of mine as well. Like I loved doing that kind of stuff in school. When the little bit of time that we ever did, I feel like it was such a small amount, but it was so fun. It was like even when I remember doing Pygmalion in high school, and I got to be Eliza Doolittle, and I broke out in an English accent, and my whole class was like, my gosh. And I was like, it was like no one was around me. It was like I was just doing my thing and I was just speaking. I mean, I did like grow, like I was 3 months old when we moved to England and I lived there until I was 4. But so I learned how to talk with a British accent. I can't do it on the spot, but I don't know. I just got into the character and it just went. And my whole class was like, it was so fun though. It was so fun.
Exactly.
It's so fun.
Seen in a different way. There's self-actualization to it that's huge. To take a group of kids that no one's really paid any attention to, and you give them a script, and maybe they're the kids that take care of the sound effects for you. Special needs students do really well in radio theater. I've had many come with their paras, and their job is to do the drum, or their job is to make the sound of the rain. Oh my gosh. They feel so included. They feel like they matter finally. Yeah. And the other students look at them like, dang, they found a way for so-and-so to be involved. Not like, why is he doing it? That's so awesome because deep down inside, we all want everybody to be happy. We want everybody to be included, whether we like to pretend sometimes that we don't. But the truth is we do. We want everybody involved. And for a teacher, why this works is if you direct them, you have their attention for that amount of time. They get used to that. You go back to a regular lesson. They're already used to listening to you because you put them through this process. This is the part of it's the kind of a phenomena. And they just naturally move over like, well, we listen to you on radio theater. Okay, now we can talk about Tale of Two Cities and it's no problem for me because I am used to listening to you.
Yes. Yes,
it works.
You have trained their brain to do that, and now they are able to do it. It's able to transfer to other areas. Yeah, that is so. Can people get this on Amazon? Like, is it available on Amazon? Do they have to get it? Okay,
now it's up there now. It's in ebook. It's in paperback. It's in hardback. Personally, I would get the paperback. I wanted so much for this to be spiral bound, but my publishing company gave me a lot of trouble, and I said, "Forget it. Just forget it. I'll just go with this, and people will break it down anyway." But, yes, it's just ready to go. And I put the word out to 2 Facebook groups, and drama teachers were just, yes, please put me on your email list. I was floored.
That's awesome. That's so exciting.
Oh, okay, this is good. But then I realized, and I can say this today because I just know I'm going to do it. I talked to a good friend of ours, Angie, and I said, hey, I got this problem. I don't know what to do about this. And she said, you could put it on TPT as a digital download. I said, that's what I'm going to do. And so it's going to become available in my store that you can get it that way and download all 183 pages. And then you get the book in a notebook. And it'll probably cost around the same amount as the paperback because I just can't give it to you any cheaper than that. Hello.
Yeah.
Yay. People understand. I mean, it's so valuable. Once you get it, you'll be like, you can't borrow this. Get your own.
Yeah.
Because it comes with experience and technique and training as an actress and experience as a director and experience as a teacher and an arts integration teacher is all in there. and it will teach you how to do so much. And people will, I'm telling you, they'll rave about it. I have so many people who said, well, we thought we'd try it, and they just loved Monkey's Paw. I couldn't get them to quit doing it. Or, we loved your Bow Wow Blues play so much, the boys wanted to write the sequel. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great.
This is so fun. This is so exciting. Okay, why? I mean, I know because you wanted to share your knowledge and you have so much to say. So I feel like I could answer that question. But it's like, what made you say, I'm going to take this next step of writing a book? And like, how did this process even look?
Okay. So 3 years ago, I took a course with someone you and I know, Amy, and I was going to put it into a course. And it just, I was working with a business partner, a business coach, and it kept pulling back to drama or integration. It just kept going back to it. And I said, I don't think this is going to work. So I stopped that. Then, but I made all those slides, 100 slides. I've got that whole thing ready to go.
Yeah. Wow.
Webinar, there it is.
It's all set.
Yeah. And I probably will get back to it. So I went, So then last July, I went, okay, why don't I break down the course into resources on TPT? And I'm impatient. And I went, I don't know, that's not working. Okay. So I knocked those out. Then I said, okay, I am going to try it as a book.
Well, I'm excited for you. Yeah. This is great.
And we understand that as teachers and entrepreneurs, we understand there's room for all of us. And and you just, please don't copy me, but just, do your own thing. There were so many out there that will buy it,
Yeah.
So you just have to.
It's finding those people. Sometimes it's finding those people, but you are so, like, your energy. I'm sure, are drawn to that. So that probably feels like easier. I don't know, easier for you, because I look at you and I'm like, it makes me want to go buy the book. I'm not, even teaching, but I'm like, I think there's parts of it that sound relevant and something that I am interested in. So,
well, I would love if you did. And I would love you wrote a review, because we got to get the reviews started. I'm considering putting it into a couple contests just to get some FaceTime, just to get people to see it, just because it's a niche. So yours is a niche, but niche stuff we do, the riches are in the niches, but it could be few and far between, it's kind of interesting. You either have the mindset that you think something like this would be interesting, or you're going to just do the tried and true. And that is fine if you like just the tried and true. I'm just not put together.
Me either. I'm not either. I really struggle with just the tried and true. So,
I mean, I was working on a reader's theater script yesterday and went, oh, it's good. Yeah. My husband said, well, I said, well, yeah. I mean, I could put that out, but I think I can do it better. I just need to work on it a little bit. But I'm sure you're the same way. You have like 5 or 6 projects going at once. It's kind of what shall I do today?
That's so funny. I've stopped doing that because I'm got such ADD that I'm like, I'm not getting these done. I need to focus. So, but I guess I still do. I guess in some sense, I still do have like multiple things going at one time.
Well,
I don't know.
Try not to. I'll work on this, and like I have a couple that are just almost ready to be put up. And I can't even tell you why I stopped. I'm just waiting probably for more information to hit my brain. I have lists, and it's interesting. I think I'll never look at that list. I'll never use it. And then later I'll see the list and go, oh, I did quite a few of those things on that list. Okay. And then we're good.
Yeah.
Time is mine because I'm retired. I can work on this all today if I want to, and all tomorrow. We're going on a big trip to Greece in 2 weeks.
Oh, cool.
Working ahead to try to get blog posts done and Instagram done and everything. So we're ready. So I don't have to worry about it. But that will be nice when the phone goes cha-ching over there in Athens, Greece. That's going to be
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Also, the thing,
wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Something now. Cha-ching, look, I did it. That'd be fun.
Yeah. That's so exciting. And also, I love how brave you are. You just you just try things. You're like, okay, I'll try this. I'll try that. I'll do this. I love that. I think that's so cool.
But you know what? With that, Trina, I wasn't at first. I mean, to write my first book, it took me 25 years because I was scared to death.
Yeah.
And what if? I don't know what my problem was. And really, I just needed to start. And once I started, I gained confidence by just putting it on paper and just putting it on paper. And just,
Yeah.
and that's how I gained confidence.
But just look at what you've done. Even just, I mean, I've known you since, what is it, 2018?
Mm-hmm.
Just since then, there's just things that you've jumped in and tried to do. Like you see, it's funny that you feel like it's taken you a while to put this to print, but I'm not surprised whatsoever because you're like, look fearless to me. Like I'll try this. I'll try this. I'm going to do this. Okay. I'm ready for this. I love that. I think that's exciting. And also you have like an abundance mentality and that is like something that's really endearing and positive as well. So I don't know. I think this is great.
What I would tell people is I figured out why I was depressed and I got medication. And that was many years ago. I figured out why I didn't feel as healthy. And I have a coach that I work with online every week. I figured that out. You know, I'm just the kind of person that as far as we know, this is not a dress rehearsal. We only get to do this once in this world. And I don't want to leave here not having used myself up, so to speak. You know, yeah. I've learned what I don't need to do anymore and what I can still do. And I think I have a good friend that recently came to grips with a habit that she had. And this lady's in her 70s, but I was so proud of her for going, you know what, this is not working for me. And I need to stop this particular habit. And I was really proud of her because that is so hard to do. And at your age, it's even more like, well, what's the use?
Absolutely.
You get that a lot from people once they get in their 60s, like, well, you know. And I told my husband, I think it's great if people can do it, but I cannot sit around every day and knit or make quilts. It's just not my thing. Other people can. And go out to lunch every day with a group of ladies. I just can't do it. I'm just not put together that way. I have friends that can do it and I admire them, but this is just not how my brain's put together, you know?
Yeah. No, well, you have more to give and offer, so you're not done.
No.
And I think that's really cool. I think that's so cool.
Well, yeah. I would really encourage people to consider it. I don't sell products on eBay or Amazon. I have a couple of products in TPT that are more, I call them ebooks. And I really am thinking about offering them on Amazon because they're ready to go. They just need the platform. And I think I'd reach more. I have like 13, maybe 15 multicultural one-act plays for upper elementary. And they're all Reader's Theater. Well, no, I have a group that's Reader's Theater, but I have a group that's all, they're short plays for teachers to take and like teach about something of the Incas or teach about something from Mexico, or teach about something from Germany. So it comes with, it comes with the original folktale, but then it comes with my adaptation. But, you know, it has all those other pages that they might enjoy, like a craft or make the food or learn the dance. That's my favorite one, is when they have to learn the dance of the Inuits. That's just great. And I would like to take all of those and put those into a book, and people could pick that one up too and do the same thing. And it would be similar to this, but it would just be all it'd be probably all multicultural short plays through the classroom. And again, they're needed. You and I know what they need. That's the best part, is we know where the holes are and how to fill them. And you have, at our ages, I don't know how old you are, but I know we're both retired with teaching. It's kind of like, go right ahead. We're going to do this. Yeah, you're going to come here. Pretty soon, you're going to come right back over here. You know, hello cursive. My little granddaughter is in second grade and she can do all cursive now. I'm like, that's how it should be. You know, they should learn cursive. We don't just dump things entirely, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
But we're a really valuable resource. And I love these new teachers that come on to TPT with new cute little ideas. Those are needed, but so is this solid
thing that
innate with us. We've done it so long,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's important too. And so I would encourage people to consider making a book. Um,
Yeah.
if you,
No, I
if you,
think it's a great idea.
and
Yeah.
I figure it'll make money, but really it's just more about, I could have charged a lot more. For instance, I know somebody that charged $40 for a 180-page digital book on TPT.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's ridiculous. Don't you understand? People are going to spend that much money. They're just not going to. First off, because you're asking them to download it on their own paper, their own ink. Hello.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, so that to me is somebody who says, well, I just want to make money. Okay, but I don't think it's going to be here,
Yeah. Yeah.
and things
You gotta know your market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Know your market. Ah, thank you. Thank you for sharing about this. This is always exciting to hear when people are doing new things and new opportunities. I want to do a quick lightning round, if that's all right.
Yes, ma'am.
Have we done that before? Yeah.
I don't remember if we. Yeah, who knows if I'll come up with something intelligent.
Yeah. No, you will. Okay, let me get the questions. I keep doing this. I keep not having this screen open for some reason. I'm sorry.
Don't tell your brain that,
Don't tell my brain that. My brain, yeah, okay.
Brain hears that and goes, okay, we'll just keep doing that.
All right, I'm going to stop saying that then because I've been saying it a lot. All right, so on a scale from 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
Oh, I'm a good driver, but I would give me a 9, I think.
A 9? Oh, yeah, good.
Sometimes in this car, when we turn right, I'll clip that back wheel because it's tight, and I'm too tight, but that's because you can't quite see over the front of the car a little bit. So I would give myself a 9 because of that. But.
A 9. Good job. All right. What is your favorite day of the week?
Thursday. I don't know why.
Huh. Yeah. Interesting. All right. Texting or talking?
It depends. One daughter and I do Marco Polo quite a bit, if people know Marco Polo, but we also text.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know what Marco Polo is.
Yeah, but she and I,
it's kind of like Voxer. Is it like Voxer? Voxer is like a walkie-talkie.
No, it records your face, and then it sends.
Oh, it records your face. Okay.
Right, so that they can see you as you say it, which I think is really important. So this one daughter and I, she and I know each other really well, and so we use Marco Polo quite a bit, but we can text too.
Yeah.
And most of the time in texting, but not because I'll talk to you. But I don't know, most of my friends, we just text or direct message.
Oh, that's funny. That's good. It's always interesting when people answer that. All right. Just 2 more. Your favorite junk food?
Well, I don't know if it's junk food, but I really like popcorn. I love popcorn.
Popcorn, that's a good one.
Smart Pop. I love Smart Pop and all those. The Himalayan salt one is really.
Oh yeah. Those are good.
It's a safe snack that doesn't really hurt me.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah. All right. I have a sweet tooth. I have to really watch it.
Yeah, me too. I do too. Knowing what you know now, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self?
I'm a firm believer in life works out the way it's supposed to. But when you come out of college and you're a performer, you need lots of support, and it's not all financially. And at the time, my parents and my family didn't understand my interest in theater. I think it kind of intimidated them. And at the same time, they were really proud of me because I had this ability. I'm a singer and I'm an actress, and at the time I did a nice job. And I think that had I had the right kind of support, I probably would have gone on professionally in Broadway, but I didn't have the right kind of support. And, but my dad said, I really want you to get your teaching certificate, which was fine because my mother had one, my sister had one, 2 aunts did, and teaching was easy for me. I'd already done some of that a little bit for myself. So I would say really go for it, and don't wait too long on anything. And I think living by yourself when you're a young woman is a really good idea. Or living, not getting married immediately at the time. I got married the first time I was 21, barely, and it was not to Tim, and because I didn't know what else to do. And that's because I'd finished college. I was on my way to get a master's in acting, performing, MFA in performing, and I just couldn't see it. And when this guy stepped in the middle, so I went, well, I'll just do that instead, which is how my life ended up the way it is. However, excuse me, I never would have met Tim, and we've been married 41 years, and I never would have met this person. So you could say it all worked out the way it's supposed to, which I believe. But there were many years, way back when I was in my 20s, where I had a lot of sadness because I felt like I let myself down. Not so much that I wanted to be famous. It wasn't that. I just love it so much. I just want to do it any way I can. And I want to get it out to people any way I can. And so once I realized I could do it through teaching and directing at a more community level, and I could reach a lot of people, well, then I was fine with it. Then I was like, okay, I figured out a way to do this. And
I can do it. Yeah.
I think that would be it is, if you're a young woman, I think you need to be really careful. Not physically, of course. Don't just believe everything anybody says to you. Yeah. There are people out there trying to steal your energy and your talent, and what makes you you, and they'll use you up and spit you out, and you don't want that to happen. And so be respectful, be choosy. You get to be choosy. There's no hurry.
Be choosy.
Yeah, and at least in my generation, a lot of my friends got married right out of college. Ironically, were married 3 years, got divorced, which is identical to me. Like, I'm telling you, many. So it's obviously there was something going on socially that we gals hadn't quite figured out. And I think society's norms were changing. In fact, I know they were. So it used to be, our mom stayed home with the children. They were told and my sister, who's 10 years older, was told she could be a nurse, a teacher, or a secretary. That's all she was told. Okay, so I was in a group that was told there is no ceiling. We got to break through the ceiling. So I was the first group of them. I would say, so some women did that. And then some women are like, well, I don't know how to do that. And others are like, well, I'll just stay here. Well, that's not really what I want either. So we were the group that's kind of like, we want to work, but we want to have the families. And I think now it appears as though they've made real conscious decisions. You're going to work. I'm going to stay home. Even if you're the husband, you're going to stay home. Or we're both going to work outside the home, and we're both going to share the household duties and the children. Do you know what I mean? And that just wasn't happening there when I was a kid, when I was 18. That's all. Yeah. Be brave. Just be.
Yeah. No, that's good advice. It's good advice. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, you are so welcome. And thank you for putting time out there for me.
And thank you for sticking around. And remember, teacher-preneurs, I am proud to stand among you. And if you're feeling it, I'd love for you to rate, review, and subscribe to the show so you don't miss a thing. You can also catch me on Facebook at Teacher-preneurs, Raise Your Hand, or on my website, Trina Debery, Teaching and Learning, Teacher-preneurs, Raise Your Hand. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.